side. However,
Alright.
this is not all bad, or rather, well, depends on the situation, because you also learn another thing. Essentially, you like find out that yes, essentially you are basically ruled by your own people that basically bend the knee. So the soldiers, the like equipment used, it's nothing like extraordinary. This is still like tech level 4 that your enemies are using. However, you manage to find out that there is a small presence of high sky forces in the orbit. The number indicates they are not exactly to... like, this is not a whole army waiting out there to ready to act. This is more like a specialized platoon of experienced elite soldiers. And you essentially are led to believe that they are the high threat response team that can act in two situations. That's the feeling you get. One situation, if there is a high value target that they are really willing to get their hands on, I will. Or second, if there is a VIP that has to be evacuated because of the deal the tyrannical government made with the high sky. So, the governor, if he has time, if he has forewarning, and essentially if it makes sense in fiction for him to try to escape, this high sky special forces squad platoon is his escape ticket.
I just had another awful idea.
However, one small thing, maybe good thing, maybe not. Essentially, you get the feeling that if the governor asks for the outside help, if he sends like, hey, you need to get me out of here now, this will be a sign of weakness, and this will be a sign that he failed to keep the situation contained. So you might hope on this idea that he might hesitate before calling the help in, and maybe that hesitation and like him not wanting to be seen as weak might give you a window of opportunity.
My idea was basically smuggle in this superhero costume and put it on and reveal myself after we finish the factory while you go off and help lead, and I distract Seta or maybe you even stay and help, but we get the assault team to look at us and take them out before they become a threat, if that makes sense. Like, we could even try to set like a trap for them or something. Like, we're hiding out in the bomb drones of the chemical factory, and they have to come in and find us. But just make it know that Ivo is indeed the one that is bombing the chemical factory, if that makes sense.
So if I understand this clear, you want to paint yourself as a target, so
Yes.
the high threat response team from the orbit will come
Responds.
down to you, as in you will
Yes.
be the bait.
Yes.
Okay, that is certainly something you can try to do. You are aware that they will be dangerous.
Yes.
And they will definitely have like a strong nemesis in their ranks.
Yes.
Okay, just as long as you are aware. Because
This is
essentially,
why I suggested Simon might want to leave and go do resistance things while I
because
be target.
essentially, to like in the shortest words possible, in terms of like threat, like how dangerous some forces are, there were like these thugs, bandits, and like very common soldiers as tier 1. There are the regular experienced soldiers of the tyrannical government, which is tier 2, we can like call it. The most dangerous and like the cream of the crop is like the orbital high sky team, because they have
Yes.
access to TL5, and well, those are like elite troops, so you can expect
Yes.
that they will have not low stats.
Yes.
Mind you, this will be make for a pretty dope like final battle of this mini campaign with the absolute like the most dangerous opponents in this whole thing. But it's really up to you.
If nothing else, excluding all the story and roleplay wise, Matt.
Yeah.
This is stress testing a decently optimized psychic
Yeah.
against some of the hardest enemies you can throw at us. So if nothing else, it's helping with figure out your
That's fair.
balance for your
I mean, if you will be
things.
like up for more side stories like this in the future,
Of course.
there's like one scenario I had in mind that's almost purely combat. And like it's more like
Cough cough only war.
uh, uh, not exactly, but we'll get to that. I mean, the universe, as the larger plot of the this sector specifically was that about 15 years before the present day of your mini campaign, there was a war between like a theocracy and like the like more secular like new governments, like rebellion against the corruption, the decadence of the church and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, what you will decide to do after the factory goes off, it's still up in the air. Like this will be like the decision. For now, we can just go through the uh, attack itself. Although, yeah, because we
All
just
right.
started the
If
discussion. So yeah,
right, if this turns into a Danzig Polish post office situation, I'm all for it.
A what?
Basically, at the start of the Second World War, a bunch of Polish post office worker got armed and basically
right.
held up in the Polish post office.
Yeah, that's true. I read about that. That yeah, they basically held out. Obviously not for long because hell, regular post office workers against like German
The
army.
German army.
Yeah,
Yeah, the SS.
but yeah, but I
But they,
still remember reading
yeah,
about that.
they expected to hold out for like a maximum of 6 hours, but they held it for 19 until the Germans basically decided to mine under the post office and basically sap it.
I'm surprised they didn't just artillery it.
Oh, they tried.
Oh damn. What the hell are your post offices made of out of, Matt?
I have no idea. I mean, different times.
State secrets?
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, because we still started this whole discussion like, okay, so yeah, the other NPC revolutionaries that are not involved do not have fake ID. They are waiting for the factory to go blow off. This will be like the signal to like start attacking with like the blitzkrieg tactics, because you know, and as you spend some days planning, others also know that you do not have, when this goes off, you do not have the luxury of time, and you need to act quickly with shock and awe tactics before the government can like facilitate a response and like regroup and basically then crush you with numbers. So yeah, I think we can move on to like the main attack. Because of how the rolls have went down, at situation at the factory is like you didn't cause any like suspicion, so they have no reason to have more guards just walking around, and their high like they fast response teams that are on standby in the factory, because also some, I call them elite, but basically some slightly better troops are just like waiting in their barracks on the factory complex in case an alarm happens. Okay, so let's get to it. I imagine as like on your shift and you start moving towards the like these restricted areas. Yeah. How are you going to get inside?
My idea is that we obviously be as stealthy as possible until we're caught. But unless they're like, because I imagine it's like still like big doors that like need keypads to get through and whatnot. But you know how like those doors do have windows in them. So like you can see if there's someone on the other side, so you don't like slam them with the door.
I'm kinda like wondering if that's the case, because in universe people know psionics exists and they know teleportation exists. Or rather, the author itself, like the Kevin Crawford, like stated on Reddit that there, like, quite frankly, there is some very low tech solutions to like prevent teleportation from working. Maybe they're not using it. Maybe they are not using it here. However, I'd say that those who made the factory might have been informed about the simple fact that teleportation is site-based for the most part. They might not know about the higher stuff, but like
low-level stuff is.
Yeah.
That's fair. In which case, we'll probably need a certain badass motherfucker's program skill.
Hey.
Yeah, there are some ways, like you can go with program, you can attempt like a sneak to like steal, pickpocket like one of the guards, or just maybe like find a lone guard and basically ambush him, hide his body and like take his stuff. There are some ways you can attempt to like gain access. Depends on what you want to do. And if Wedge wants to use his like super hacking skills, then sure, go ahead. However, let me consult. Oh my god, obviously I didn't copy that freaking handout, because I had like a neat handout with where I had written the DC modifiers for hacking checks. So give me just a second, I need to look for on the other game. Okay, hakowanie. Okay, this would be either a suppress or subverting a system. Okay, I'd say, and this is a new scene, I'd say that this is still a vital area, and factor as a whole is like important to the government. So I'd say the DC for hacking in is 10. However, this is a new scene, so in case the roll doesn't work, you can use your auto
Can I
success.
assist him with notice, keeping an eye out for people approaching?
Sure, because that means like Wedge has is calmer. He doesn't need to he can
Mhm.
focus completely on hacking.
Alright. See program.
However, this will be intelligence based.
Gotcha. 15.
What the
As all locks proceed to shut down in the entire factory and no one notices.
Click, click, click. I'm
almost.
in.
Yeah, I thought you rolled double sixes, but it was like close enough.
It's just like, you somehow shut down the entire security system on accident. No one notices. Wait, what?
Uh, mm, okay, I'm gonna say that
I will
essentially
say,
it takes some. Go ahead.
sorry. One thing that I am going to be trying to do during all this and while we were like working and gathering information is travel across as much of the factory as I can.
Oh, right.
So that I can say that I've been there. So like I can teleport across the factory.
Sure. Just to be sure.
There's a reason for this.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're trying to do. I'm gonna say to see if this will cause any suspicion, like trying to do this without like saying like, hey, why are you just like not sticking to your sector? I'd say that would be like a sneak skill check.
Well, most of it would be like now, when we're not in our sector, kind of idea. So like,
okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You can just like not conduct. You can join the, like we can treat your previous sneak 12 check that you can do that with this.
just the idea that like, say we pass an office that like the door's like unlocked or open, I'll just like go peek in there for a second. So I've been there and see it, like stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it hell for these elite soldiers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Essentially, you like Wedge is so good that you basically manage to open the door quickly enough that if nobody was paying close enough attention, it's like, hey, you are supposed to be there, and you're just like, yeah, move in without issue. And I'd say, yeah, it makes sense that like these doors, like they can be in the same network. These doors operate in the same network as like other restricted areas, which means like the barracks. So it definitely will start causing some malfunctions, which mechanically means that if it comes to rolling between the frenzied workers, your allies, and like the local security, the frenzied workers will be getting another like bonus to the rolls to see just how in general the combat will go. And you have received access to the inside, and you can start making your way to the like the vital important areas that you need to bomb to blow this place sky high. And now that reminds me, we didn't exactly make a roll to for the bomb itself.
So would that be fixed check?
Yeah. Fix checks are for bomb making, among other things.
I'll
And
help him.
considering the situation where you have to, yes, actually, yeah, that's the question. How did you made it? Like, did you made it outside and you smuggled it in, or
I'd say we would have smuggled in the parts so we can make
and make it on the
more of them.
inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to make it small. You can just basically go slightly wild, so that doesn't increase the C. However, to just like be sure that you only need one bomb to like load this. I mean, not one, but make it strong enough and always with the right way. Yeah, I'd say that DC for this particular thing would be 10. And I'm gonna say that the auto success thing, if you don't roll well enough, you can still use it for this scene.
Alright, so is
Fix.
Ivo help me?
Yeah, Ivo can help if he like has a means to do so.
I was thinking with telekinesis.
Um. Okay, because now I remembered one more thing. Because I remember at the start of the mini campaign, I asked, or rather, you asked, and I thought, sure, the enemy might have it. That there is. Oh, okay, where is it? Have I written it down? I remember we were talking about that the enemy might have like a basic psionic detection tech.
At the very least, they have to make a check. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am running that.
We have our highest claim metapsionics and blah, blah, blah. What is your metapsionic?
2.
Okay, then it's no issue. Sure, then Ivo can help without issue with his telekinesis.
Since I got that when I got Metapsionics 1, I've been keeping it on a low burn.
Okay, sure.
Alright, so is it intelligence or wisdom?
Dexterity, probably.
I'd say in this case, it's more dexterity.
Alright.
DC of 10, and Ivo gives you +1. Okay. You get what you needed. The bomb doesn't go off. It is not unstable. It is stable, and you manage to get enough material that you can target all the places that you need to cause maximum destruction and whatnot. So, as you are moving inside, obviously the restricted areas still look like a factory, so there's still a lot of pipes and whatnot going through, a lot of automated machinery. However, the corridors seem a little bit neater, a little bit cleaner, with like light colors. There are like plenty of color lines that indicate which room goes where. It's not pretty tight, but there's some room to wiggle in terms of like hiding spots and navigating through this area. There is not as enough much people out there. However, there are patrols, and judging from their armors and like their suits and whatnot, they are definitely not your regular soldiers. These are one of the like experienced troops, so it definitely seems to you that they are taking protecting this facility seriously. And all right, And basically, you are still. I assume you're still trying to be like sneaky as long as possible, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So, to avoid the patrols, the elite patrols, I'm gonna go and roll. This is their notice check. Wow, I didn't expect that. Okay, that's the DC you need to make.
I will auto succeed.
Okay, what is your, because this will be like sneak based off dexterity.
And
So,
let's
so
see.
if you get double sixes, so that's 12, and plus how much? Let me check. You have dexterity 1.
Do I get to aid him with notice?
So that's 13, and then you have sneak at -1, so that's still 13.
So actually, ooh, I will aid him with notice. Because like while he's going around like doing the techie stuff, I'm the one keeping an eye out.
Come on, double sixes. Well,
Okay.
at least 1 6.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna buy that this is auto success, as in you equal the result with your 8. However, this entire like restricted area going into like planting bombs and whatnot, this will count for the entire scene. So until I say so, like for now, your auto success has been spent.
Alright.
Okay, so there are some pretty close calls, and I'd say that with the like the tie is resolved in your favor, as I think I've wrote in the handout how it is supposed to work. Ties, morale, and modding. Yeah, between PC and NPC. So yeah, the tie favors you. However, fluff-wise, I'm gonna decide that because these are not your regular schmucks, but better troops. There are some like, hey, have you heard anything? You heard that? Nah, it's nothing, man. They like
Probably
around.
just another drill.
Yeah, probably just another drill and whatnot. But there
Must
is,
have been the wind.
I'm gonna say
Is
like,
there an arrow? Bad joke. Sorry, never mind.
yeah, if there was like a alarm clock, I'd say that yeah, this is the first segment is like close to be filled. Like they're like, but they are not alerted and they do not find you, as you like manage to not sabotage, but you manage to mine place one device. Oh my god, sorry, I forgot. You said there were like 3 targets. There was like power.
Power storage deploy.
Okay, so you get power and storage. As you're getting to the section where the deploy mechanism is, you can hear a discussion. Not the usual one. This doesn't seem like they're like patrol people in the patrol bantering. As you approach closer, Skyrim sneaking. Oh my god, there was this one Fate one shot that I played live, where essentially my character was, and sorry for this tangent, but it reminded me. My character was locked in a cell, completely empty cell with nothing, and somebody came in, and I wanted to hide, and I said, okay, so I basically hide in the wall, and I like basically make myself a part of the wall, and I rolled a success.
I mean, if you had Inhumanity or Zen, that's literally something you could do.
I mean Fate core, like the food
Oh,
system,
Fate, Fate.
not Anima Beyond Fantasy.
I don't know why I was thinking Anima when you said that. Anima's a great system. I love it.
Yeah, too bad it's like really. It seems really tough to like figure out and understand and how to run it and play it. I mean,
I'm
play
in
it
2
maybe
different
not
anime
really, but
games.
how to run it. Anyways, sorry for the tangent. As for like approach, I would expect that this is like not balcony, but you are slightly higher on one of the corridors, and you have like windows overlooking the deployment system, and you can see that there is let's say 4 elite troops, as in you see soldiers like looking around and acting as bodyguards in like combat field uniforms with visible insignia of the High Sky and government. One of them, as in there are like 5 troops covering another guy. One of these 5 troops seems like very on what's the word? Very on edge, as in the way he moves, the way his body language speaks. He's definitely seeing like more dangerous. However, even more dangerous, there is a guy they are protecting, because the voices you hear belong to a man in a. I need to check the consult of the book because he has AC of 18, and that belief falls under a power armor. Yeah. Basically, you see another person that is in assault suit, which is a type of power armor that is talking with some of the staff members, basically people responsible for this deployment system. And he looks like a pretty important guy. You definitely see, apart from the High Sky faction insignias, you definitely see something that without a check you can identify as like officer ranks. You don't know the exact rank, but definitely this seems like a leader. Who knows? This might even be the chief security officer of this facility.
But so they're basically where we need to plant the last bomb.
Yes, and they are currently discussing. Actually, yeah. Are you trying to find a spot where you can just like listen in and figure out if maybe they are leaving soon?
Now, Simon, do you think we should do that, or do you think we should detonate the first bomb?
Not sure.
Because we could try to sneak up and see when they're leaving, or we could detonate the first bomb and get them out of there.
I say detonate.
Matt, all I have to say is click.
Okay, so in those few moments before you like click, like one of the eggheads starts like someone starts getting agitated. Lieutenant Colonel Pichugin, as I said, the machinery is operating at full capacity, and then there's this like click, and then in some other part of the facility there's because I imagine you detonated the bomb at the power station.
Yes.
So yeah, there's this moment as like the factory is like slightly shakes, like you feel reverberations throughout the factory walls, and then like everything around falls dark. There's like a moment of silence, and then the now named officer, Colonel Pichugin, like says loud enough, "That bitch Kumateri," and after like 2 seconds, the secondary power supply kicks in, and like emergency lights that basically they do not lit this area well. This is like a
It's enough to see that you can still get around. I understand emergency lights.
yeah, exactly. And you actually he would have internal comms, but for the purposes of this, like he also like looks at the other troops which are immediately on alert, on guard, and "This is Pichugin, report." And then he like listens in. Put set alert to condition 1. All troops mobilize. We have a situation. Move it. And he looks at this room. Be prepared for anything. And then you see that they are like, because they also have like helmets and whatnot. You see they're like typing in their like on their armor, and you see a different like greenish glow coming from their helmets. They essentially have like low light vision, and basically they do not have like any penalties in this situation. Okay, I'd say not for troops, but I will give Nemesis, because there's one elite Nemesis and Pichugin himself is a Nemesis. I will give them a notice check, and you will have to like make another sneaking check. Ivo can help. However, let's see.
I feel like in this case I should roll it with Wedge's help.
Sure, that's also possible. Because Wedge gives you +2. And he already used his auto success, so it doesn't. Okay, so let's see what's the DC. The Elite Nemesis has like this. However, you are level 3, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then on that one you'll be able to use your Frey die. So that's the Elite Nemesis. Okay, not bad. And Pichugin, because he's based on Heroic Fighter, he's definitely a step above the people. He has that much. Okay, so
Come on.
To be fair, we've been rolling so good it was bound to happen sometime.
Yeah.
okay.
As they look up and we're just standing there.
I didn't want it to go that way because this is the die, and it's not like your characters are incompetent. So
That's fair.
Just give me a moment. Before we get to that, just quickly, because I imagine like actually you would probably have talked about this with the others, like if the like first bomb goes off and like the power goes out, and obviously your people inside knows that something starts happening, is this the moment when they like would start trying to evacuate people and make problems for the...
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. The soldiers, veterans have that much. They have leaders, but they only have also. Okay, so this is how the soldiers will respond. Okay, and this is how the your helpers, which are based on veteran fighters, will add. So they have +1. They have another +1 because of your preparation and all of that jazz, and they have another +1 because of that excellent hacking roll that Simon the Wedge made. So all in all, they are rolling with +3. Okay. So essentially, they, as in the Pichugin and his troops, will not get any reinforcements. Essentially, every other security member of this facility is currently dealing with a frenzy mob of workers and technical malfunctions that prevent them from acting quickly. You might even like hear because like something spark like the Pichugin has other troops on the other line on voice, like, Lieutenant Colonel, there's something going on. We have like issues. Then Jopt for you must deal with it. And then there's like, because we have to deal with something too. But yeah, essentially like the entire rest of the security is out of action, and considering how they rolled, they will be taking plenty of casualties, especially when like some of your helpers will start shooting from the outside and causing even bigger destruction, like maybe firing a rocket or two at the APCs that will disable it. Okay, so that we can keep track of everything, I'm gonna move you to this map. And actually I should probably disable the prisoner transport thing, because that didn't happen.
Alright, forgot about that.
I mean, we'll see. Considering how the rolls are going, it might still be possible that it happens in the background, but we'll see.
Maybe we put some of our guys on it or something.
That's possible. Actually, yeah, I can just, let's see how that prisoner transport. Let's see for prisoner breakout. Okay, and considering how well you've prepared them, see if breakout works.
Oops.
Sadly not. Okay, okay, so you can roll for initiative. Okay. Let's see. In this case, elites will only roll the 8. The elite nemesis will roll with +1, and Pichugin will roll with +2. Okay, Elite is 2, Elite Nemesis is 2, and Pichugin is 7. He definitely has rapid reload. Oh, I even forget they have specialist notice on level 1, so they would be rolling their notice checks with 3d6 drop 1. But that that doesn't make a difference actually. Yeah, it would make even roll even higher. It would have been like 12 instead of 10, and it would be it would be 13 instead of 10.
I want to check something real quick. This is completely unrelated, but
Sure, go ahead.
I could have forced a reroll on my skill check. It's too late now, obviously.
I'm
I have an ability that could have given me a reroll.
uh
I was just saying that if I had done it, would I have succeeded? And the answer is yes. And now I'm mad at myself.
yeah, because
But we
yeah,
already
that would even
that is my own fault. We're already this far.
okay. Okay, Ivo, your turn. You see, basically this is like a moment where you're like, okay, they start moving. We can like go to the other side. And for some reason, maybe this chicken has like this. They basically do the like scan the perimeter first, just in case. And I see some movement, and then the action kicks in.
But I will commit effort, and there.
I mean, you still start first.
Wait.
Oh,
That is never mind then, because I thought I could give that to Simon too, but I cannot.
Their initiative. So it seems to me that this power only works for the psionic.
That's fair. All right. Well, in that case, what do you think? Go after the mooks first?
Yeah, let's go with the nukes. Stick to the shadows.
Yeah, I will first try to shoot one of the not nemesises.
Okay. By default, that is a miss. However, you can decide if your range attack is just a miss or if you want to pick another choice.
What are the options again?
Oh, and now I remind that because I will probably need to add another option because the range attack doesn't. I didn't include psionic based range attacks in options.
Well, this acts as a normal rifle, but I just
Yeah, but
basically it can't jam or reload, so I can't pick C or D.
yeah.
E.
So
Should basically be if it misses or if we both get damaged.
yeah.
Now, is it we both get damaged or he gets to roll to hit me like
You both
melee
get
attack?
damaged.
Then I will take that it misses.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably for the future I will need to like figure out another option if somebody's using ranged like psionic based attacks so that it will make sense for them to pick an option. I just like forgot about that variant.
Yeah, that's fair.
However, you do have a Frey die.
Yes, and I will use that on one of the mooks. Which I think that's 2 damage.
I don't see Frey die roll.
I just rolled D4.
Oh. Oh my god, where is it? Oh right, I didn't open this.
What are they armed with?
The mooks, I'd say the military elite. They are in close quarters, so they have combat shotguns.
In which case, I will try to get cover.
The Nemesis, the elite Nemesis has laser pistol, while Colonel has I'd say, wait, what would be higher up? Just give me a moment. What kind of weapon that would work? Oh, Colonel has a thermal pistol, which is a plasma pistol essentially.
Then I'll take a move action to get into cover.
Okay, however, I'll also reconsider, and I would say that there are 3 mooks and 1 nemesis, so a small retcon. Okay, 3, that's oh my god, heroic combat rules. 3 is 1 point of damage. Okay, so one of them gets damaged. Oh, and
Right.
obviously I deleted the one that was added to the turn.
I don't think I rolled for hit points during my level up.
You don't roll for hit points, you just add
Alright.
like another 6, I think, in your case. Because if you had 6 HP on first level, you had 12 on the second, then you have 18 on the third.
Alright, now it's fixed.
Alright. Okay, so you use the move action to find cover, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
just wisdom.
Yeah. I'd say
To
the
the DC that you choose.
DC would be 8. This is a factory after all, so there's not that.
Nope.
Okay, so you get benefits from half cover, which means -2 to hit you, I believe.
Nice. I'll keep that in mind if you don't want to worry about it.
Yeah, I will try to remember that. I think I might. What's the icon I can use that you are finding cover? The tower, I guess. Okay, Pichugin. He's gonna definitely also go for, like, because they were almost caught in the open, and he's like, taking fire, seek cover, and he will definitely use his move action to also find cover. The DC is the same, and he rolls, because he is a pretty badass motherfucker, so he rolls with that much. Okay, so he gets benefits of full cover, and for his main action he will actually he prefers to, because he has a Frey eye, he is a nemesis, and that Frey eye he can use on you. He will use his main action for a second move action, as in he starts moving around the field and trying to find like a better shooting position, so you don't have like a height advantage. So he will try to position himself, like get that maximum thing, so that will be +3. However, you are not like some random mooks, so he has to be careful, because if he's not, then he might actually like open himself up. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. He'll use a skill as a main action, and essentially he is trying to lead his men, like shout orders in the best possible way, so that they do not break in case they start taking casualties. So that will be, let's see, they are elite troops, so he doesn't have to roll that high. I'd say 8. Just enough. Okay, so he might take some pot shots, but he's not aiming, so as the bullets and plasma beams of energy start flying, he like mostly focusing on shouting orders to his troops and finding cover. Wedge, your turn.
Alright then. Let's see. With my new trick shot ability, I'm going to try to disarm. Let's see. What's the elite?
I mean, the Mook elites are using combat shotguns. The Nemesis elite has laser pistol. Colonel Pchugin has thermal pistol.
Alright. Now do and since he's in heavy cover, he does that affect disarm actions or?
I'd say no. However, you took trick shots, not like expert disarmer, so he does get +3 bonus to his check, but you might still make your own. But because you're firing, I'd say that this is like a dex-based skill check. And because of a trick shot, you can make a ranged disarm attack. So I'd say that would be like a shoot dex-based skill check.
Oh, skill based. Let's see. No, in fact, I'm going to go for the elite in this case. Take down the laser pistol.
Okay.
So that's a
+2 +3. Oh boy. Do you want me to roll first to see what's the DC or oh?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think this will work, but normally they get +2 to their skill checks and +3 because of how disarm works without expert disarmer.
I mean, I do have expert disarm. Yeah, I basically can't take friction.
You also took it?
Wait, yeah.
I didn't see it.
I can take a trick shot without having expert disarmer.
Ah, you had expert disarmer, but okay, you took that. And yeah. Hold on, did you take level 2 of expert disarmer or not?
Yeah, I think I took level 2.
Okay. So yeah, that needs to be updated because that's why I was confused. Okay, so first of all, okay, so they don't get 3, so that's only 6, 8. However, because you have expert disarmer level 2, you should be rolling 3d6 drop 1. So essentially, right. before you make like quick menu skills on a shoot, like when there's a shoot skill and it says like ask your rank and then there's 2, so you can like change so that you can roll like 3d6.
Alright, should I roll again then?
In this case, you can just roll d6 and we'll see if this will be like better and change the. Okay, so that will be
another one.
so that will be 3 plus 2, so that's 5, 6, 7 to their 6, 8. Sadly, not enough.
Nope.
Sorry, I didn't say that. Just was confused. Okay.
I think you noticed that I had taken expert to summer last session, which I basically find.
I got confused for
Yeah.
some reason. Okay. Have you used your move action?
No, I'm basically going to use that to try to find some cover
Okay.
with a notice check.
DCA of 8. Right. Pichugin would still get his frayed eye. Oh well, I forgot about that. Okay, so you get benefits from full cover, which means they get -4 to hit you.
Yay.
Okay, Nemesis. So far, actually, who is more dangerous? Because so far they haven't done that much. Okay, the elite one definitely starts moving in more aggressive pattern, trying to like get a better position to fire at you. However, because you are pretty dangerous in your own way, the DC for that would be would be 10. Oh, okay. So he gets +2 bonus. However, that doesn't. Okay, and I guess he will try to shoot at Ivo. With his laser pistol. So that's +4 +4 -2. +4 +1 -2. Okay, so that still is 8. I believe that's a miss.
What do you get?
17.
Yes, that is a miss.
Alright. However, I will not forget that Ivo gets frayed eye damage, which is that much. So Ivo takes 5 points of damage.
That's painful.
It's not like you don't have some hit points and you don't have like psionic powers.
That's a secret.
Okay, mooks. Because they are mooks, even though they are elite, they only can take one action, so the injured elite definitely prefers to find some cover instead of getting shot. Oh, no, they have +2. So this is also DC of 8. He focuses on finding cover. The other two ones, fluff wise, obviously they're like start moving and whatnot, but mechanically they are more focusing on like firing at you. And I'd say one of them targets Wedge, one of them targets Ivo. So the one targeting Wedge rolls just flat d20. That's a miss. The one targeting Ivo rolls with +2 only. And I believe that's also a miss.
Yes.
Alright. Ivo, it's your turn again.
I will go to shoot one of the mooks that is not in cover.
Alright.
Probably still miss badly.
By the way, for the future, like, would you think that